cells and their components. So in the today's lesson we are going to talk about what exactly the cell are and how many components that we have inside the cell, and then we are going to talk about their importance, like why we are learning about it. Okay, so without any wasting time, let's dive into that. So we are just going to start this session with a very basic question first. So have you ever wondered what you are really made of? I'm not talking about your bones and muscles, okay, but at the tiniest level. Well, today we are going to take a quick journey into the basic unit of life, the cell. Whether you are a human, a tree, or even a tiny bacteria, you are made up of cells. Isn't it is amazing thing, right? So everything we do, growing, thinking, healing, everything starts with these microscopic building blocks. So now you can imagine how interesting they are. So let's dive in. First of all, what exactly the cell are? So here I just have written something for you so that you can go through with this. A cell is the smallest unit of life, first of all, and it is a tiny factory that does everything a living organism needs to survive. Some organisms, like bacteria, are made of just one cell. Now, let's explain this thing and let's try to understand this thing with this picture. So here we have a one single cell. Now you should know cell can become a tissue, then tissue will become an organ, then organ will create it an organ system, and then slowly this is exactly how our human body is created. Okay, now question is this: how cell can become a tissue and tissue can become an organ? Okay, so I'll tell you the answer here. Each and every cell having a capability to divide itself, and we can call the process cell division. Okay, so each cell can divide into the furthermore cells so that they can create a cluster or a group of cells here, and we can call it a tissue. Group of cells are tissue. Okay, now slowly your tissue can become an organ and organ can become an organ system once they are interconnected with each other. Like we have a digestive system, isn't it? So in the digestive system we have a different body parts, like you have mouth, then we have an esophagus, then you have stomach, liver, gallbladder, intestine, small intestine, anus. So they all are connected with each other, like all organs are connected with each other and they created a digestive organ system. Okay, now slowly your digestive organ system will interrelated with or interconnected with your circulatory system, and this is exactly how all the process is going on in your body system. So that's like really really amazing, so that we can relate all the concept with our body also. Okay, even your skin, your organ, everything is made up with the one single cell. So that's so amazing to get to know. Okay, so just stay tuned with me. Now we are going to move forward and let's discuss something about how many types of cells that we have. As simple I have written over there, like the journey of organization of your human body. Actually this is not simple as much. This is a little bit complexion part over here. Like how? Because on the earth we have two type of organisms present. Some are made up with the one single cell, and some organisms are made with multi cells. So now those are made up with the one single cell, so we can call them we can call them prokaryotic cell. We can call them prokaryotic cell. And some organisms are made up with multi cells, so we can call them eukaryotic organisms. Very simple. Okay, now how we can identify which one is a eukaryotic organism or which one is a prokaryotic organism? I'll tell you. Prokaryotic organism, we have example of a bacteria. Bacteria bacteria can make with a one single cell only. Okay, that means your bacteria can expand their size. Like if they have a one single cell now, so they can expand their size and become a mature bacteria. That's it only. Okay, this is exactly how, like can you see, like they have only one single cell, they just expand their size. Okay, so this is the prokaryotic organisms. On the other hand, we have a eukaryotic organism, which means they just made up with the multi cells. Multi cells means like they just created with a many cells here. Okay, so just like a human being, then we have a plants, then we have an animals. So now you can observe, like we have many cells present inside the body, like we have a rbcs, wbcs, neuron cells, fat cells. Okay, so now we all are created, we all are made up with the multi cells or millions of cells, and each cell is having a capability to divide itself, and that process we can call it a cell division. I already told you about it. Okay, and this is a complex structure, it has a complex structure in nature. Why I'm just saying this thing, like why I'm just using this term here, like the complex in nature, it means when we magnify the picture of a eukaryotic cell, so inside it we have so many components present. Components means nothing, components means a parts of the cell. Okay, cell is not like a one circle, no. Inside this cell we have so many parts present. I'm gonna write down their name here so you can note it down. First one, we have a nucleus. Your whole journey starts with the nucleus first. Okay. Then we have an endoplasmic reticulum. Third one, we have a ribosomes. Then we have a Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus. Then we have a cytoplasm. Then we have cell membrane, and furthermore. Okay. So they all are the parts of your cell. They all are the components of the cell, right? So till here we just discussed about your cell, like what exactly the cell are, why it is so important, and how many types of cells that we have, and the components of the cell. Okay, like look inside a typical eukaryotic cells and explore its key parts. Cell membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus, mitochondria, ribosome, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosome, and furthermore. Okay, so now, so to sum it up, cells may be small, but they are incredibly powerful. Each part of a cell has a unique job, just like workers in a factory. Together, they keep the cell and you alive and healthy. Next time you scratch your arm or eat your food, remember, okay, it's all possible because of the amazing world of the cells that you have. So, we are going to sum up the session here. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy this short journey into the building blocks of life. In the next session, we will gonna talk about their components in a detail. So, bye bye.